Johnson Valley, California has been taken over. A usually quiet, dried lake bed, void of life, turns into a raging city. Fans and racers come together in Hammertown to celebrate the start of the off-road season. Concerts fill the cold night air, passing time until the engines fire with sunup. Breathing life back into the desert with a new day of racing. Helicopters screaming across the sky, following drivers that risk it all just to be called king. Skimming across the loose sand with the throttle stuck to the floor, to literally crawling up the side of a mountain. This race is not for champions, it is for kings. Speed Sports coverage of the 2023 King of the Hammers, presented by Optima Batteries, starts right now. Welcome to Speed Sport, live from the 2023 Progressive King of the Hammers, powered by Optima Batteries. Hi everybody, I'm Ralph Sheheen, alongside my good friends Pam Hall and Dave Arnold. We are here in Hammertown, Johnson Valley, California, the Mojave Desert, middle of nowhere, but a huge somewhere this week. This is an amazing event, isn't it, Dave?
Oh, you know, Ralph, I can't even tell you. It's normally this is a OHV area here, BLM land. People come out here, enjoy themselves out in Southern California high desert. But when King of the Hammers comes around, an entire town pops up. 70, 80,000 people. It builds. Now, a lot of these people have been here for a couple of weeks now, and I know Pam has been
Pam.
here. Yeah, Pam's been here for what, 2.5, almost 3
She's
weeks.
getting mail out here.
Actually, I am getting packages delivered.
And that's the crazy thing. We have street names out here. You can actually give an address to roughly what it is. I know guys that have pizzas delivered out here. It's insane out here.
So, Pam, I know there's people that literally come out here back in around November, early December, and start getting things ready for the onslaught of folks coming once January hits. Once you get past New Year's Day, it's on.
It's pretty much on. So the previous of the November and December months, what they do, they come out, they do their inventory of everything that they need or have on hand and what they need to order. And then about the second week of January, that's when they all come on. That's when the core staff comes on. And it's funny because, like you're saying, they build this town. This town is actually surveyed. So there are survey markers out there. So where the center of the fire is, there's a survey marker there. So they put that thing in the same place every single year. So it's really cool. And the street names with the addresses, it's all surveyed. Behind us is the short course where they go through and they start the race. And that right there, the track builders, they come out about 2 weeks before. They have their heavy equipment delivered out here, make that track. By the time Monday rolls around, that track is almost completely gone because they have to put it right back to where it was.
Yeah, every event throughout the week of King of the Hammers will finish over this finish line jump literally right behind us. Now, Pam, you've been very busy because you've actually been out marking the course and not the short course. You've been out in the desert up on the hills.
Correct. I went out, helped with just the desert loop part of it. I didn't do the rock sections, but there's so much work that goes into a race of this size that people at home that watch it, they probably have no clue what all goes on. But there's a lot of hard work, a lot of volunteers out here. But marking race course, that's a whole nother thing. Of course, it has to be marked correctly. So out with USAC and helping them out and everything is a lot of fun. This is my third year out helping mark course, and it's a part of my job that I'm like, I love this. This is my favorite part.
Yeah, Dave, what's your favorite part of this event?
Oh, man. There's so many different things, but it's going out to the locations to shoot some of our pieces and actually see the course where they're going through. Whether it's, Jackhammer or Sledgehammer or even going over to Chocolate Thunder, seeing the crowds, just interacting with it. I think everything is just equally as good, but it's the location you're at and the fans that are there that add to that atmosphere. It's like being at Daytona with the thousands and thousands and thousands of people that are there. We're seeing this in the middle of the desert. Mm-hmm. Like I said, earlier, Pam and I were like, there's nothing here. Then this town builds. They say, build it, and they will come.
And they have.
And this is the field of dreams of off-road. It really is.
I guess the other thing I've kind of heard people talking about, if you're trying to put some sort of a image to what this event is like, kind of a Burning Man-like thing for motorsports.
Burning Man of off-road.
Yes.
Of motorsports in general, not just off-road, because, and I say that because of the creativity that everybody brings around here. The vehicles you see rolling around the event are every bit as intriguing as what's actually competing in the event. And if you don't have a favorite racer out here yet, don't worry. We literally have 1,000 entries to choose from.
Yeah, and that includes, I think we had, 178 for the King of Motos, which ran the weekend before King of the Hammer starts.
All the dirt bike guys.
All the dirt bike guys going through the rocks. It's part of the Hard Enduro series. Tyler Hart ended up actually taking the win. I believe Cody Webb was the past winner from. He took, I believe, a 2-year hiatus on it. They brought it back. Then there's a week of people loading in, and then we start with the desert racing. So
Which literally started today.
Well, actually, they started this last weekend.
No, but
the actual race, yes.
The actual races, yeah. So Best in the Desert wasn't able to have their race out in Parker. So they were able to come out here, team up with King of the Hammers. So we had a full-on sanctioned desert race as we usually do, but with another sanctioning body, making people play together and work together. Then we had the Great American Short Course, which Pam talked about the short course.
Yep.
Well, that's all they ran was the short course. I mean, we had Pro 2s, Pro Lights, Pro Buggies. We had the kids. Most incredible. And I know a friend of ours, Ryan Beat from your neck of the woods, actually took the big win in Pro 2.
Sure did, of course. Yeah, I'm excited to see that.
And it was incredible. We had 14 Pro 2s out there banging doors and pushing each other around. It was incredible.
Yeah, and now, Pam, today was the Can-Am Challenge, and then it goes on from there tomorrow and into Saturday when we run the big race.
Yes, tomorrow will be the 4-wheel parts Everyman Challenge, and then on Saturday we do have the 4,400 Race of Kings. It's just, I'm excited for all of it. Like, today's race was amazing. Kyle Chaney took the third time in a row, so he's a three-peat right now, winning. And just seeing all these racers out here having a blast, been out pre-running. You're saying, so last week, actually on Thursdays, when pre-running opened,
yes.
And then they went into the Desert Challenge race, and then here, starting today.
And listen, I understand a lot of the folks watching know everything there is to know about off-road racing, desert racing, Ultra 4 and all that. That's wonderful. We're thrilled to have you with us. But here at Speed Sport, we do get a lot of folks taste testing, if you will, other forms of motorsport that maybe they haven't seen before. So we want to explain a few of these terms for maybe some of our stock car, sprint car, drag racing friends who are new to off-road. So pre-running is literally what it sounds like. They're able to take the race vehicle out, literally run, think of it as practice, able to go out and run the entire course, get an idea of where the big boulders are, how they want to get around them, navigate through certain sections like a Chocolate Thunder.
Yeah, and also finding out where your VCPs, the virtual checkpoints, are at. Make sure you hit all those course markers so you're not either penalized or DQ'd to a certain point. Well, it's good. And then you're going to know, okay, maybe if I set up a little wider on this turn, just like you would on a regular track, you're going to know the fastest line through there. Also, the rock guys. It's also, I think it's a little bit more crucial for the rock crawlers and the 44, or the EMC classes. Desert ones, there's only so much you could do. But there's so many options that they could take when they're going up a rock course.
And when you say EMC, that's the Everyman Challenge.
Everyman Challenge, correct.
About. Right. All right, let's go ahead and throw up the schedule. We just want to show you, Pam tipped us off to it a little bit, but we wanted to show you exactly what the events are. You had the Can-Am UTV Hammers Championship. That was today.
Yes.
That's still finishing. We just had somebody cross the line.
Still going
on.
on.
Brian
Deegan went across a little while ago.
Saw Cameron Steele,
our good friend. He just, another commentator, just went across a little while ago. Tomorrow, the 4-wheel parts Everyman Challenge. I think this is one of the most unique events of the week. Can you explain a little bit, Pam?
I agree. We have what it is. There is a Legends class that is a part of the Everyman Challenge. The Legends class, those are retired 4,400 cars. They go in, they have to put on smaller tires. We have had some competitors that have been in that class that go back to the larger tire and are now competing into the 4,400s again. Then we have a modified class as well, and then we have a stock class. What's really cool about the stock class, I mean, I'm not sure what year the Toyota is, but it's probably my favorite.
That, yes.
It's like an 84 Toyota or something, and he's been racing
solid
with the
axle front end. It's just incredible. You get into certain ways. People talk about independent front suspensions, which every truck you buy pretty much nowadays has in the front, and some of the old schools that run that long, the straight axles, a little bit tougher. When you're dealing with the rocks out there, you got to survive those rocks. So everything that's a little fragile, you want to kind of get rid of every once in a while. And those old 4400s that they have a lot of the front engine ones. They're the original 4400 class. Right. Now guys have gone to the IFF front ends, and but you have to run the mechanical steering versus the hydraulic steerings, which just makes it so much easier. Like you're driving around your neighborhood, But there's just so many nuances between those. But the old school ones, I kind of have a little favorite right there too, man.
Well, then Saturday is the Nitto Race of Kings, and that's why everybody is here. That's the big daddy. That's the Indy 500, Daytona 500 of King of the Hammers week out here, if you will. This is the most creative technology engineering category that you'll see out here all week. And to me, they look like spiders almost, the way they crawl up over the rocks. Everything is moving and twisting and shaking as they just violently go up, blasting up to the rocks. It's incredible.
It is for sure. And Paul Wolf, he's our number one qualifier. He ran his 4400 car in the Holly EFI shootout the other night, won the Holly EFI shootout, turns around, gets the car prepped, goes the next morning and qualifies. I mean, these cars are amazing. They can do so much out here, and it's really cool to watch them go work their way up these rocks. Like you're saying, it looks like little spiders.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is some of these new, the 4400s, they've got rear steer also. So some of the new cars you'll see with the new parking technology, they kind of help you move into that spiral of the
Yeah.
I think, they've probably looked at some of this stuff, and said, hey, they figured this out. And so I know these engineers, we got engineers from Ford out here.
I was
They're
going to ask
keeping an eye
about
on
that. How much of what these guys are doing out here are the major manufacturers? Because every brand name is here.
Yes, it is.
I don't care if you're talking about a shock, a light bar, a manufacturer builds a truck, tires. Everybody is here in the desert. It is incredible just to see a manufacturer midway. How much are they learning that we're testing and developing here that's making it into passenger vehicles?
Well, I mean, just like Nitto or BF Goodrich, the tires, a lot of them, they look at their compounds, whether it's in Baja or here, they got to hold up to the rocks. And a lot of them are DOT tires. These are tires you go to your, regular tire dealers and just buy for your off-road truck, your Chevy, your Toyota, your Ford, whatever it is. So that's part of it. The shocks, a lot of the new off-road shocks that you see developed that come stock, like on the Ford and the Bronco and the Raptors and all that stuff. A lot of that technology was done out here. In fact, I believe there's even a King of Hammers Bronco edition.
I
now.
saw that.
is.
I saw that. Did you put my name in for
Yeah,
one?
we did. We definitely put me
Well,
down
I
the
want
list.
mine in there too. I didn't put my name in there, but no, like you're talking about shocks. I mean, there's live valve shocks
Yes.
that they can change on the fly. I believe
Yeah.
Lauren Healy's running those
They're
kind.
computer controlled.
Pretty cool.
If there's something new, Lauren Healy's got it.
Right?
There's
And
no
then-
doubt about it.
And the rear steer cars, Paul Horschel, he's out
Yes.
here with a
Yeah.
brand new rear steer. Out here testing it. He's been out here testing it, but it's pretty cool to see these. I think Randy Slauson, I
Slauson.
believe his is a rear steer
Yep,
as
the
well,
bomber fabrication cars.
which he's
yep.
a past king as well.
Yep.
So it's really cool to see the technology. And I mean, the Everyman Challenge, that's like the grassroots
That's what I was
of
gonna
this
bring.
race. So
The EMC with the stock class and the stock modifieds and all that, they run, we have stock engines, stock transmissions, and stock frames. So I think these guys are looking, we're going to make this thing bulletproof.
And that's tomorrow, and you're going to see a lot of that right here in all of our coverage on Speed Sport. Now, that's the thing. We're going to be bringing you pieces throughout the week. We've been shooting features all over the place, up in the hills, showing you the different sections that Dave was talking about. Jackhammer,
Sledgehammer, Chocolate
Chocolate
Thunder.
Thunder. I mean, there's a Dave Arnold section out there somewhere.
We
I'm
got
sure
the
there should
turkey
be.
claw.
Turkey claw, right? That's
That's
perfect
the
for you.
last. That's actually the last rock
Rock
section
section.
that they're going through. So normally we have a Bronco
That's back
arch
over
right
here,
here.
right?
Yes.
No, Turkey Claw's right over that
that side.
direction.
That
It's
way.
a really cool rock section.
I didn't
if you
get
get
there
a
yet,
chance
so
to
I gotta
go,
go there this year.
it's really cool. Really cool.
Well, I'll tell you, this is my second year here, and it has become a must-do every year. It's the same thing with Speed Week, Bike Week, Knoxville, Indy, King of the Hammers.
Bucket list.
Yeah, it is. I'm telling you, fans, no matter what form of motorsport you are into, this is an event you must come and see. Now, one of the things we're going to have for you coming up a little bit later today, we're going to introduce you to a new member of our Speed Sport broadcast crew here for our off-road coverage. We're going to tell you about some very exciting news breaking in the off-road world that he's going to be a part of. We'll have all that for you here a little later on today. So stay with us today, tomorrow, the rest of the weekend. Speed Sport has the best coverage of everything you can find from here at King of the Hammers Progressive, bringing it all to you, and it's all powered by Optima batteries. For Pam Hall, Dave Arnold, I'm Ralph Sheheen. Stay with us. We'll have more for you coming a little later.